Hey ladies, I'm so glad you joined me on this episode today because today is all for you. Now that we have eaten our way through quarantine and into our stretchy pants, we all want to get moving and our pants don't fit right and we just don't know where to start. The gyms are closed or you're just not ready to risk getting the Rona. Tune in. I'm going to give you some tips on how you can sweat at home that doesn't even include running. Hey, all midlife wives. Are you sitting in a space where you feel stuck, unhappy, unfulfilled, lacking energy and significance? Maybe you feel that you've lost your spark, or you're sitting in a phase of transition. Don't worry, I'm here for you. That is why I've created the Midlife Wife, to empower and educate you on how to unlock your mindset, rewire the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, reconnect to your creator, and revive your health, mindset, and dreams so that you can be fueled, feisty, and fierce right now, right as you are in the life you are leading. Welcome to the Midlife Wife podcast, where we choose to rise with courage and successfully disrupt mediocrity to live insanely significant lives that light us up, while possibly still in our yoga pants with 3-day-old hair. Are you with me? Hey, I'm Katie Hallberg, top 20% realtor, turned real estate investor and broker, a top 6% network marketer, certified personal trainer, and lover of all things from the personal growth, nutrition, and health and wellness departments. I believe when we get out of our own way and let God show up, that's where the magic happens. I'm so grateful that you're here. Let's dig in to reviving your mind, body, and dreams. Thanks again for tuning in. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about exercise and give you some tips and advice and just share with you some of my journey and what I'm doing in quarantine to help stay fit. I love exercise, but I don't love all the exercises. I'm trying to think back about my fitness journey. And as I've mentioned before in a previous podcast, my dad really role modeled fitness for me. He was always running and jogging in our neighborhood every morning. And then as he got older and his knees were wearing out, he turned to cycling. And now he walks and he rides a stationary bike with 2 knee replacements. And I just don't love running. But I had such head trash in so much of my life as a young adult on comparing myself and not being as fast as the other people, couldn't go as long as other people. And women, that's just crap. Like, we can't be comparing ourselves to others in the fitness journey. It doesn't leave you happy, and it's terrible. And we need to just appreciate and love on anybody that's out there moving, that they are doing their thing the best that they can and the best for their body. So it's 2 ways. Don't compare ourselves to others, and sure don't judge other people out there. I guess I'm guilty of both in the past. So I want to give you all some ideas on how to have fun. First of all, know that consistency compounds. I can't preach that enough in so many different areas of our life. What you do a little bit every day compounds over time. You can't just go out and run a marathon. You can't just go out and bench press 200 pounds. You have to build up to it. It's the small daily or weekly things that we do that add up. They get us stronger, more in shape, better health. So it takes some consistency. I think I talked about that in a different episode too. And you might need to reframe it. I worked out with a long time with a bunch of what I probably would think are elite athletes that do Ironman triathlons and full marathons and ultra marathons. And a workout doesn't have to be this crazy 4-hour bike ride or even a 1-hour workout. And you don't even have to do a burpee. Let me just let you off the hook. You don't have to run. You don't have to do a burpee. So rethink your 1-hour workout. How long does it really have to be? I think it just if you did 10 minutes of good workout consistently every day, that is better than 100% of nothing. 10% of something is way better than 100% of nothing when it comes to fitness. So think about what that's supposed to look like. I totally believe in move it or lose it. I'm actually a certified personal trainer and do some substitute training for some outdoor group fitness where I live. And if you don't move and use your body, your range of motion, your flexibility, your ability to sit down and stand up or do a lunge or do a sit up or do a push up, you're going to lose it. And I look ahead of me. I'm 48 when I'm recording this, and I want to know, what am I going to be able to do at 88? So the more I consistently do now, the more I'll be able to do at 88. And you got to have fun with what you're doing. If it's like putting you in a shame cycle, like it was me for so long because running just wasn't my passion, you're not going to stay consistent. And so you got to have something fun. I'm going to give you some tips on, my dog broke in, some tips on having fun. But before I do that, I also want to remind you of a great thing that I've learned, a little mantra. Sometimes we don't have the energy or the motivation to do the thing. And that doesn't just go for exercise. The thing could be anything, but we don't have that energy or the motivation to do it until we start doing it, right? So I read in a book when I was training for my first triathlon that you just at least have to get dressed. Maybe that starts the night before and the alarm is set and you set out the clothes. You set out the clothing that you're going to work out in, whether it's yoga, running, biking, weightlifting, hip hop dancing, whatever form of exercise you pick. Set the clothes out and actually put them on the next morning and start doing the thing. And for me, and this is back to running, I would not want to run. And so I would just okay, I'll just walk. And then I was like, okay, I can go faster. Or, okay, I do that today. I'll go to my workout class, this outdoor group fitness. I'm like, well, and which has been on Zoom, so much of it. It's well, I can just set the mat out and then nobody's really watching me. So I don't have to go as hard or do as much. And I don't really feel like doing it. But then once I get going, I totally have the energy and the music's playing and I feel good and the endorphins start pumping. So remember that you often don't have the energy or the motivation to do the thing until you start doing the thing. So if you can get dressed for the thing and get yourself there and give yourself time, and you will get going. There are so many benefits of exercise. I can't even list them all, but I'm going to list some of them. So I want you to be healthy. My ultimate goal and my passion that's been laid on my heart with health and wellness is that you can't go do your God-given gifts and purpose, which we talked about last episode, the purposes on your heart, if you do not have the vessel that can go do those things. If you are sick with disease, you're obese, you have high blood pressure, you have blood sugars off, things that are controlled by diet, and the metabolic syndrome, which is heart disease, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, obesity, then you can't go do those things that we talked about in the last episode about figuring out your purpose. So you got to get your vessel well so that you have the energy and the feeling and the ability to go do what God put you on this earth to go do. Yeah, that's big. You got to do it. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. So not only does that happen, you're more able to do the things that you're supposed to do, whether you're called to be a mama, an amazing wife, you're called to do a nonprofit, you're called to do the best thing ever at your job, the best CPA, whatever. You got to feel healthy. It also helps reduce your risk of heart disease. Hello. I have a family that has been plagued by heart disease where my paternal and fraternal grandparents, what I meant to say there was maternal. I couldn't think of the words. That's why we edit. 3 out of 4 of them died of a cardiac event. Okay, I have some foresight because I know my genetic relatives. It also will help you maintain a healthy weight, a healthy weight. And don't, again, compare what's healthy for you and your genetics is going to be different than the next person. And also regionally, where you live, what food's available, what your zip code is, it makes a difference. You're going to help your body manage blood sugar and insulin levels. Whether or not you have issues with this now, exercise can lower your blood sugar level and help your insulin work better. This can cut down on risk, like I said, for the metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. And if you already have one of those diseases, exercise could help you manage it. So it's a big deal. It also has been linked to knowing, people have been known to quit smoking. It makes it easier for them to quit smoking because it reduces your cravings and your withdrawal symptoms, which can also help limit the weight you might gain when you stop smoking. I've heard that is a problem. I have never been a smoker. My mother was a smoker, and I just hated the smell of it, the way our house would smell. It would get into her clothes, and she actually died at 56 of lung cancer. So I was never interested in smoking. But if you are a smoker or juuling or vaping, it might be able to help you quit. Exercise also, and this is probably one of my favorites, helps improve your mental health and mood. I don't know about you guys, but I have been on an emotional roller coaster through COVID and Black Lives Matter. And exercise scientifically your body will release chemicals that improve your brain and make you feel more relaxed. And that can help you deal with stress and reduce your risk of depression. Amen. And so that circles back to that other topic when I was saying you may not have the motivation or the feelings to do the thing until you start doing the thing. So you have to have just enough to say, okay, I don't feel like doing this, but Katie said to just start walking, to just get in a down dog and stretch, and then maybe set a timer on your phone, like I'm going to do this for 10 minutes. And then you might get the feeling and you might do it for 20, because it's so important and critical for our mental health and stress, especially in this time. And in Texas right now, y'all, the numbers are going out of the roof, expanding the number of COVID cases. It's crazy. So I'm a little bit stressed, but I go exercise. Exercise can also help your thinking, your learning, and judgment skills, keep them sharp as you get older. It totally stimulates your body to release proteins and other chemicals that improve the structure and function of your brain. Wow. So back to 88-year-old Katie and seeing all these people with early onset dementia, I'm going to do what I can do to prevent that. And it was fascinating. One time I was at I guess it was kind of like an aerobics class, and a gym friend brought her mother, and she didn't look very old. She was probably in her 60s, and just the bilateral movements are like you're moving your right hand and your left leg. So you have opposite sides of your body, and then the upper and lower hemispheres, different hemispheres of your body moving and coordinating. Her brain wasn't connecting. She obviously had not been using and moving like that. And to do that creates different pathways and strengthens them. And so, y'all, do I need to convince y'all to exercise? Come on. What about strong bones and muscles? Who wants strong bones and muscles? Yes, it can help build all that, especially when you're young. And later in life, it can slow down that loss of bone density that comes with age. And doing muscle strengthening activities can help increase or maintain your muscle mass and strength. And when we have more muscle mass, we burn more calories while we're at rest. When we have strength, when we have muscle mass versus fat in our body, we all have fat, we have water, we have bones, we have muscle. When we can have a higher percentage of muscle, then we burn more fat. As we just go throughout our day, we use more of that. We use more of those potato chips we eat sometimes. That's what I'm trying to say. Exercise also can help reduce some cancers. Hello, half my family died of cancer. No, they didn't die of it. Ooh, that's not true. Half my family had cancer. 50% of my family had cancer. 1 out of 4 of us died. 2 out of 4 of us had it. So the types of cancers that we know that Pete's licking my leg. Hi, Pete. We know that cancers can be reduced are like colon cancer, breast cancer, uterine cancers, and lung cancers. I'm interested. I'm going to do a little exercise. It also will reduce your risk of falls. So I have some older midlife mamas on here, midlife wives. It shows that if we have balance and muscle strengthening activities in our repertoire, in addition to moderate intensity aerobic activities, it can help reduce our risk of falling. Nobody wants to fall and get hurt as we get older. It also will help you improve your sleep. Now, I know that sleep inconsistency and deprivation, not being able to stay asleep once we fall asleep or not being able to fall asleep, really affects a lot of people's mental health and depression as well. And so if you can just exercise a little bit, it has been shown that can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Hello? I'll take it. Okay, I'm just going to give you one more benefit because we like benefits. It can increase your chances of living longer. Yeah, you can live longer. Studies show that physical activity can reduce your risk of dying early from the leading causes of death, like the heart disease and the cancers. That makes total sense. So just get out and move. Okay, so like how much do you need to move and what can you do that doesn't include running because you hate it like me? Now, if you're a runner, I would love to know why you love it. And maybe you can help my audience with running. Maybe I can interview a runner. But in the meantime, I just wanted to speak to my people that don't like to run. Are you ready for a reboot with your nutrition? Establish some healthy eating habits? Just imagine if the meal planning, the grocery list, and the supplementation was all provided for you. Would you like me as a coach to help you and hold you accountable and support you? If you are like heck to the yes, the 30 Days to Healthy Living program is for you. It will help you tune into the messages that your body is sending so that you can eat and drink more intuitively, giving your body the nutrients that it needs to function optimally. The program will also help support a balanced gut. So much of the body's overall well-being is controlled by our gut. So supporting this area of our body will help optimize how we feel as well as how we look. The program is also designed to help us feel more confident in ourselves. When we are rested and working to reduce feelings of stress, then we are better able to care for ourselves. Wouldn't you agree? A positive mindset can also impact our confidence because when you feel good physically and mentally, you look good too, girl. Registration is open and there's a link in the show notes. Of course, you can go to the midlifewifepodcast.com and look under resources and the health stuff. With a 45-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Walking or hiking, that's a great alternative to exercise. You can go for like a step goal, like 7,500 to 10,000 steps. That's been a scientifically researched number of steps. The 10,000, it originated in Japan, that study. Anyway, walking or hiking, great form of exercise. I've been walking with a neighbor, socially distanced, of course, 6 feet apart and burning a lot of calories. And I'm also getting conversation and interaction. This can happen in a building. If you happen to live in a building in an urban area, walk up and down the stairs. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the stair climbing? Walking. Great exercise. Doesn't require running. No special equipment or gym memberships. Yay. Another one of my favorite no running exercises is yoga. I love me some yoga because the teachers always seem to center me, and there's breathing and there's calmness and there's stretching and mobility and there's strength training, and it can be for all levels. And there's so many different types of yoga that just try some until you find the one that fits your style and what you like. You can find free online yoga classes all over. I think the Peloton app might still be free. They have yoga. There's Yoga with Adriene on YouTube for free. Might be on Zoom. Yoga's great. If you haven't tried yoga, again, give it a few different classes, different styles, and see which one fits for you. You don't have to run. Yay! Another thing I love to do is get on some wheels. I like to bike. Now, I know that not everybody has a bicycle or financial access to a bicycle or a place to go ride a bicycle, but biking is so much fun. I just really enjoy it. But you can also just get another set of wheels, some roller skates, some rollerblades, or steal one of your neighbors or your kids' scooters or a skateboard and just go have fun. Hook up a speaker, carry a speaker in your hand, get some music on, and go rolling around on something. Okay, something else that's fun that my kids have gotten into a lot, they're 17, 19, and 14, is dancing. We be dancing. They be dancing, especially the 17 and 14-year-old on TikTok. They're learning the TikTok dances, and they come out so sweaty. It's a full workout. Learning a TikTok dance. You can also pick a playlist and get your friends on Zoom or FaceTime and just dance and have a good fun time, emotional release, or maybe learn to dance with your partner. Learn how to do a Texas two-step or a tango or the cha-cha. I'm sure there's some great resources for free. Build connection and get to sweat a little. So remember when I talked about body weight and strength exercises? I'm a fan of it. I think strength training is probably one of my favorites when I do my group fitness classes. But there's so much you can do if you don't have weights at home. And I know they're sold out so many places. It's just some body weight exercises. So look up body weight exercises and write out a little plan for yourself. Again, maybe get get a neighbor or someone in your house. This could be walking lunges to the mailbox. This could be doing some squat pulses or holding what's called a wall sit, where you put your back against the wall and slide your high knee down to your knees as far as you can go, but no lower than your knees being at a 90-degree angle. It could be push-ups on the floor, on your knees, on your toes, or against the wall. There's so many great body weight exercises that will build your muscle strength, which again is good for your bone density, good for fat burning. And another fun thing I'm going to share and hopefully inspire you guys to move during COVID and move after COVID. Who knows when you listen to this recording, but just to play a game. Find a ball and play a game. It could be a tennis ball against a wall. It could be a soccer ball. It could be a basketball. There's a fun game our kids have called spike ball. You can do so much with a ball. You can bounce it. You can dribble it. You can shoot them. You can spike them. Just get out and play. Of course, that'd be more fun with maybe a net or a hoop or somebody else. But just have fun. Again, music's always a winner. I hope that you find your jam and get to moving, get to exercising, get a little sweat on every day. Let it be consistent. Let it be fun and see the results in your body. It's so much fun. I would love to know how you're sweating. How do you like to sweat? Share it with me. Leave me a review and tell me how you like to sweat. That would be awesome. I like to know what topics you want to hear about, what's important to you. I want to speak towards that. And thanks again for listening. Now go get your workout clothes on. Now, before you go, if you found value in today's episode, if you connected with something or felt inspired in any way, pretty please take a screenshot for me and post it up in your Instagram and Facebook stories, and be sure to tag me, because together we can inspire, encourage, and empower others to live amazing intentional lives. Yes, we can. Let's do it.